What have you heard about Bowling Green? What do they say about why you should come to Bowling Green?
One is the championship of the NTPA, which where I'm from. The Pole is a close area, which is pole following up this, and it's a pretty good pole. And I've heard a bunch of good stories about the good shows.
Is this your first time in Bowling Green?
Oh, no, we've been here probably 6 years.
This is year 38 for me.
Year 38. So you've been to the pole here in Bowling Green a few times, I take it.
46 years.
You ever been to Bowling Green before?
59 is 56 years.
56 years you've been coming to this tractor pull. What keeps you coming back to Bowling Green?
Tractors, the fans, the atmosphere, everybody gets along, no fighting.
We're from Naples, Florida. Yep, we don't have this down by us, and my son here, Cash, is obsessed with tractors, so.
What makes Bowling Green the best tractor pull of the whole season?
Oh, it's got everything you want here.
What keeps you coming back to Bowling Green? What makes it the best?
Here, you're going to see the best there is. Yep. This is the Super Bowl. You want to see the best tractor pulling, come right here.
What keeps you coming back to Bowling Green year after year?
The black smoke. John Deere's.
It's about 5 years.
5 years in a row you come to Bowling Green for the tractor pull.
Yep.
What keeps you coming back?
I don't know, the polls are always good and the drinking and the partying.
Last year was your first?
Yes.
What brought you back for round two?
The ice cream.
Really? Where are the milkshakes?
4-H.
Okay, thank you. That's where I'm going next. What makes Bowling Green different from other tractor pulls?
There's a lot more to see here.
Yeah.
Our poles are smaller, not as many tractors and stuff.
This is the big show right here.
It is, yeah.
You know, you got a good crew here.
Yeah, everybody loves
Everyone, you know, we all have a good time.
Every year when we come, we sit by the same people. We all talk every time we're here, but we don't know each other outside of here, so it's pretty cool.
You get to meet different people. The Canadians come down. We got good Canadian friends.
You guys stay in the campground when you come?
Oh yeah.
For the fans at home who have never been to Bowling Green, describe the campground.
The campground is like a Las Vegas. It stays in the campground. Bring a lot of beads, and if you're a man, you're going to enjoy a lot of shows.
What are they like?
Big, giant.
And it's not G-rated, that's for sure.
It's not kid friendly necessarily.
During the day it is. In the evening, better put the kids to bed.
Why do you think Bowling Green has grown to be such a big pull, the biggest pull?
Pool tent, Bowling Green, Pool Town, USA. As usual, my name is OJ. I'm with the very talented, seasoned.
I'm not talented. I'm just Larry Richwine. And this is the Countdown to Pull Time show,
Countdown
right?
to Pool Time show. I'm supposed to announce that, right?
Well, you're supposed to,
Countdown
but you
to Pool
didn't.
Time
That's
show.
all right. You had a late night, did you? You went to the campground?
I went to the campground.
Well, then you had a late night.
I'm a little bit more tired this morning.
A little bit more
Yes.
tired. I bet
A
your
little
third grade
bit
teacher
more
is proud of
tired.
your grammar. You know,
Larry, I'm working on 3 hours of sleep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You got to bear with me.
Lord,
here.
I apologize.
Bear
You know,
with
I
me.
got much more than that. But then, anyway, this is kind of a special edition of Countdown to Pull Time, I believe, isn't it, Jesse? It's really basically 3 video clips we either filmed last night or earlier yesterday. And our first report, I believe, is your campground report.
We went to the campground. Again, we haven't really been at a campground since Toma. So, I mean, we've been to Rockwell and stuff like that, but we haven't been to a party since Toma.
No offense to those folks in Wisconsin, but this is a campground party in Bowling Green.
Yeah, so Walker, our campground correspondent, blessed us with his presence last night and got some nice Johnny on the spot
Did you
interviews.
have to edit out anything that would not be socially acceptable?
We're using
for
about
PG?
5%
5%
of
of the video?
Yeah.
Well, I do know that there are over 800 camping spots back there, and they're all sold out, and they come with tickets to the event. And some people sell their tickets and stay back there and party.
Yeah. No need to come in.
No.
Why do
Well,
it?
the one guy said he hadn't been here for 10 years up at the bleachers. He stayed back there, partied with his buddies, watched on live stream, and actually sold the tickets that came with his campsite for the last 10 years.
Well, after experiencing it last night, I think I understand why. So.
Oh, yeah. It's a full-service facility.
It is. It's great.
So-
It's nothing like it. So, yeah, let's check out these clips from last night at the campground.
This is Walker with another Campground report, and honestly, Bowling Green has blown away our expectations, blown our minds.
I have been coming out for at least 25 years.
How many times you been to Bowling Green?
4 times.
This is your 4th time?
4th time.
Bowling Green.
10 years in Poleville.
What makes it so great?
Everything about it. Family, the whole 9. And by the way, Uncle Billy and the War Wagon. Do you know the War Wagon?
Yeah, I know the War Wagon.
Wait a minute.
I know War Wagon.
He lives in where?
Where are you from?
Eric Decker.
Where are you from? Where's he from? Ask the cameraman where he's from. Look right in the camera and say, where are you from? Where are you from? What makes Bowling Green, Ohio, this campground, what makes it so special?
Every camper here, everybody loves everybody, it seems like.
It's a lot of love in the air.
It seems like it.
Now these stripper poles here, a lot of love in the air there too, huh?
Yes, sir. A little later, they're probably going to show some boobies.
Could see boobies tonight. That'll be a full pool exclusive, right?
Exactly.
That's right.
For the great times, good memories with friends, shots, and the full pulls.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen in the Bowling Green campground?
Oh my. I don't know whether I can do it on live camera though. It's almost undescribable.
You don't have the words for it.
It's overwhelmingly unbelievable.
War Wagon's going to be a full bowl, and it's going to be amazing at the end of the night.
That's a full pull exclusive. War Wagon's going to be amazing at the end of the night.
The bartender here, Bill, put on a pudding wrestling. They had women in their bras and thongs, and they were wrestling and pudding.
So there's 3 things that I come back for. 1 party.
Yeah.
2 pools.
Pulls, yeah.
3, we come back and visit everybody that we see every year.
It's like a family.
The family is the thing that we come back for, number 1.
Give them a taste of what it's like. Describe this place.
All right, so the campground is a very fun.
Hold on.
I just got hit with a golf cart.
Tasteful place to be.
But this random man gave me a full cup of Tito's, so I will be okay. And he gave me some Tylenol.
You feel better.
I will.
The people that you meet is going to be unbelievably friendly. There's nothing out here that will not bring you back again, guaranteed.
I'm okay. I tried.
You're okay. You cried a little.
I tried a little.
A lot of action here in Bowling Green, Ohio.
I have snatched all of these. I have not done anything but steal beads.
Steal
all
beads.
night.
That's what you do. Steal beads, drink Tito's. What do you think this guy's problem is?
What is he going on about?
I don't know.
Colonizer.
That's a full pull exclusive, Larry.
Yeah, well, the campground is kind of a special thing.
It was a good time. Kudos to the camera crew and Walker for, that's some excellent footage. Again, it doesn't really encapsulate being there.
Well, it's a festival type party, but they get the idea.
I try to tell people, some of my buddies that haven't been here, like, well, what's it like? And I'll send them a video or whatever. And they're like, there's no way that's that campground, but it is.
Yeah, it's quite an event. It's like I say, it's like somebody threw a party in a festival and a tractor pull broke out.
Well, yeah. So great job, Bowling Green. Shout out to all the campers out there for keeping it real, keeping the party going.
Yeah, they do have a good time. That's all that matters.
So, next up, we're going to talk a little bit about, quickly about Session 3 last night.
Right.
Any thoughts? Lend us some Larry wisdom.
Well, that was one of the best four-wheel drive classes we've seen all summer. And, of course, you had the Pull Town Experience with the two-wheel drive. I think we got footage of that coming up next.
Yep.
But it was a very good session and a lot of competition that it didn't really shake it up. I mean, some of us made some pretty good picks. I think actually picked one or two of the winners.
I think you did.
But it's one of those deals that, it's anybody's game, and this track proves that they're consistent from start to finish on a big class, and they did it again and again. So it was a really good show.
A lot of hooks last night, but they did a good job keeping them moving.
Yep, semis. People hang around to watch the semis,
Yep.
the monsters of the highway, and they. It was a good show.
Yeah, it didn't disappoint. Didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the full Pull Town experience. Happened yesterday after the 4-wheel drive class went off.
And our winner gifted it to
Nitro Kenny.
Nitro Kenny, and he made a pass and had a good shot going, and then I don't know what all happened, but he let off of it.
Yep.
But he had a good launch, and I thought he was going to get into it just right, and then he could have. Well, they would have let him come back again, but I don't know whether Chase said that's enough damage to my truck or Nitro Kenny said no, that's enough. But he did make a pass, and I don't think he's going to go home and want to buy one right away.
He's a competitive guy,
oh, yeah.
and he was ready to go again.
I know. He only made the one pass, but what did he go, like 150, 200 feet?
I think so. Yeah, 150 or so. Yeah, he a little nervous. There's some nerves.
Well,
you only get one. He had one shot at that. I keep reminding. There was no practice.
No.
There was no runs before this. He had one shot at that thing, and I think he got some pointers from Petro. He got some pointers from Chase, obviously. But he did what he could.
Right.
But he was a stand-up actor,
and he wasn't scared of it.
Wasn't scared of it.
Once he got into it, he stayed into it for a while. And like I say, I don't know really what happened, but I know he let off of it, and they. But he wasn't scared of it, and everybody liked it. It was a success.
So once again, we got some great footage of this last night.
Right.
Again, kudos to the team for being able to highlight Nitro Kenny, sort of show his experience from his point of view.
Right.
Let's take a look at some of the recaps from yesterday.
Cool. Let's watch it.
Got this, Kenny.
Here at Bowling Green, we've given a fan experience. We had an opportunity for somebody to get to actually pick a test pass, an exhibition pass behind the wheel of a 6,200-pound, super modified two-wheel drive truck. You get to go and make a pass in that blown Ford Ranger in just a little while. How are you feeling?
Excited, very excited.
Now, your background in this sport, obviously you do some pulling in the garden scale tractor classes, correct?
Correct. I pulled garden tractors for 13 years.
Where are you from?
I'm from Richmond, Kentucky.
All right, now, let's talk a little bit about kind of how are your nerves, or you're going to be cool, calm, and collected behind the wheel, you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty cool, calm, and collected.
Well, that's good. Now, have you ever competed in a garden tractor in front of, say, 15,000 people?
No, I've never had done that.
All right, so we're here. It's finally happening. Kenny's about to go Nitro Kenny. He's in the two-wheel drive. He's getting ready to make his first exhibition pass. Let's go talk to him and see what's going on. Showtime, baby. You ready for this, Kenny? Good. You don't have to talk to much. Get your PPE on. Ready to go. He's ready to go. Says ready to go. He feels good about it. Hey, I'm going to see you at the 350 mark. All right. All right, I'm here with Nitro Kenny. He just made his pass here in Bowling Green. How'd it feel?
It felt good. It just my first time, and it bounced on me, and I couldn't hold the throttle steady, and it's a different feel, different from the garden tractors, that's for sure.
I mean, it's tough with no practice, right?
Oh, it's tough with no practice. It's like shooting in the dark. So.
Yeah. But I mean, you looked like, you backed off of it in time, and you looked like you were in control. I saw you trying to hammer back down, maybe like you could get out of it, but it felt pretty good.
Well, yeah, the throttle kind of felt funny on my arm, so I done the best I could do.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well,
pull is the best thing. So
awesome. Well, I mean, it tells you a lot about the drivers, right? I mean, It takes time, it takes practice. You got to get a feel for it. It's not anybody can just jump in the back of that thing.
Oh no, and on the same way with the garden tractors, you're not going to jump on it the first time and go down the track.
It takes some time to figure it out.
Yeah, it does.
So still.
Very much opportunity, and thank you, Eric Varner, for passing it on and giving me the opportunity.
Just come back and win next year.
All right, I'll try.
All right, with Nitro Kenny, Bowling Green, great experience. First full pool town experience here with Nitro Kenny. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it, buddy.
Thank you. And full pull, the best thing.
That's really cool to be able to see that footage.
Yes, it is, and the fact that he was gifted the opportunity to drive, Eric Varner, and his uncles, they all got a shirt yesterday, and I think I sent you the picture of them standing next to the trailer, all of them with their full pull shirts.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good experience for the crowd to see it, and he had a ball. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything went okay. So well, hopefully we can do more of this.
After every event, that I ran for all my life, it was kind of like, well, had a good show, nobody died. Well, and we actually had a good exhibition.
I wasn't going to
run.
go that far.
Well,
I mean, no one did die.
He might have had a stripe in his pants. We don't know. We didn't ask to see, but he had his own fire suit, and it worked out well. And I'd just like to remind Chase that next year I have my own fire suit, and I'm ready to play.
Nice. Yeah. Again, I know he was a little bit disappointed in this pass, although the footage made it look awesome.
Yeah.
But great guy for it. Nitro Kenny, again, thank you. Thank you for being a great candidate for this. He's the right type of person to do this the first time. So a great ambassador for this moving forward.
Oh, yeah. We'll have more competitions like that, I'm sure.
Yep.
And it's good that the campground people didn't win because, as you've seen last night, it might have been a different experience.
Yeah, some of those guys out there and ladies don't need to be behind that, too.
Yeah, well, I don't know what those large poles are sticking up on those things they're driving around. But anyway, this afternoon session, we should talk about what's running.
We should.
Yeah, on the North track, we've got Superstock Open Class,
Uh-huh.
Light Superstocks, and Super Farms again. That'll all be second hooks for them for the season, for the weekend. And on the south side, the less inebriated side, we have modified and two-wheel drive trucks. And the other night we had, 62-wheel drives?
I think so.
So I'm sure we will again.
Yeah, that won't be a quick one.
No, well, neither side will be. It's going to be a lot of vehicles on both sides.
So we talked a bit about the rings yesterday. How does that happen? If someone, if once they do the math
right.
of who gets it, they bring them up on winner's circle? Or
yes, they do.
Okay.
And not always is the guy that won the class the ring winner. I mean, it's an accumulation of their two hooks, and they achieve points for first, second, third, fourth, and it's actually who achieved the most points. And if there were to be a tie, then they go by which distance, and who went the furthest total actually decides the ring winner.
So again, just to make sure I'm clear, even if you don't win one of the sessions, you can still win the ring.
Technically, a guy could get 2 seconds or 2/3, but if the guy that beat him got really way down the line the next night or the next session, he would lose points, and technically the guy that never won a class could win a ring, and it has been done.
Very cool.
It's a points accumulation is what it is.
Are there other points accumulation sort of deals like this? I know that I know a lot of these events have their own thing.
Right. And there are, like Toma has a special award for a high point. They call it a high point.
High point, okay.
And which it is. It's a high point of that two class event. And Toma does it. I believe Chapel Hill does it. But the larger events, they'll actually have basically a challenge on points to crown the champion of a special award.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then that $10,000 prize, when is that?
Well, they spin a wheel,
Yep.
and whichever division it lands on, if they win that night's session or that afternoon session, they win $10,000 cash.
Will they do that today?
Yes.
They'll spin the wheel
Yep.
today?
It'll be down there in the winner's circle. And actually, Dan, Dan Mayer, I'm pretty sure he's in charge of that presentation and spin of the wheel.
And he would not fix that.
You can't. I inspected the wheel myself. I was part of the security detail to guard the wheel.
I forgot that you second as a wheel inspector.
Oh, I'm a wheel inspector. Make sure the bearings are lubed right.
Nice.
And, and the clicker thing goes, yeah, I'm in charge of that as far as we know.
Yeah. So any, just at a high level, we're not going to make picks today because it's sort of a special version, but high level storylines, anything you're willing to, you're looking for?
Well, all of these guys that run today, it'll be their second hook, and they'll all be competing for the ring, and of course the wheel, basically a Wheel of Fortune type thing. But the highlight of this day for me, every year here at this event, is the Make-A-Wish auction.
Yeah.
And I know the next segment we're going to talk about Make-A-Wish. That auction is open to the public, and it's at the finish end of the track, on the outside ring of the track, and it starts about 3 o'clock.
Right over here.
Right. Over there.
Okay, yeah.
And if they're still pulling, the auction will go on start anyway. And it's a real live auction with an auctioneer and a clerk.
So they'll keep pulling while the auction's going on.
And like the Angry Farmer guy bought the golf cart that had been wrapped with basically a mural of the entire event, all the grandstands and everything full.
Very cool.
And that golf cart brought $25,000 by itself last year. It's a charity auction, and people will bid ridiculous amounts on cool things. There's fire rings, there's turbochargers, there's all different kind of things that have been donated for the auction.
So the crowd, anybody wants to participate, just kind of goes in there.
Yep,
like a typical auction.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be quite a crowd of pullers and spectators alike. But the Make-A-Wish thing, they've raised well over $1 million, and Larry Kester was always a big advocate of Make-A-Wish. He was our mini rod puller that had lost his legs in a farming accident, and he's passed a few years ago. And the year he passed, they raised $450,000 in that auction here at Bowling Green.
It's great. Shows you the community.
Oh yeah, it was always one of his missions was to promote Make-A-Wish, and the average wish costs $8,000 or $9,000, and when you raise $450,000, you grant a lot of wishes.
That's a lot of wishes.
Well, we'll talk about it in the clip we got. But remember, that auction starts about 3 p.m.
3 o'clock.
at the finish end, out on the outer ring of the racetrack, and come over and bid money, and for a very good cause. Okay, well, I'm Larry Witzline. We're with the Full Pull app people, and I want to introduce Mr. Joe Schaller and have him introduce some of the Make-A-Wish people. Joe is a past president of the Blue Shirts and been very instrumental in making the Make-A-Wish thing a big part of Bowling Green.
Well, Larry, I had a puller come to me back in 1993 and say, hey, can I have lunch, for the kids and stuff? We had 9 families here, and we had $11,800 come out of the stands that night. And ever since, we keep setting records. We keep inviting the kids back. So they've been with us for quite a while. And it started out as Make-A-Wish in Northwest Ohio. Now it's Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana, and it's just been great. We invite the families out. It may not be their wish, but it gives them something a little different to do for the day. Sherry's the director that works directly with Northwest Ohio group, mostly Toledo area and Northwest Ohio. And then Julie's here from Columbus, and so she represents the 3-state area as well.
Tell us a little bit about what all's been done here. I know you've been a big part of it for a long time, too. Keep the microphone a couple inches from your mouth, because I tried to hit Joe in the chin with it.
I understand. Okay. Well, this is my 11th year with the organization and doing this, and every year it has gotten bigger, better. The people are so generous. We are so lucky to partner with these people that they believe what we do makes a difference, and they know that's what we do, and they want to help it make all these wishes happen. And I get upset when we talk about it, because it's just like you don't always run into people who are so giving and so willing to step up to the plate. I'm just really thankful.
Well, I know this whole group of guys is very generous, and I've got a special needs granddaughter myself. She turned 17 in November. So tell us your involvement.
So I'm responsible for ensuring that we grant all the wishes in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana, and so we're very fortunate to have partners like here and the community surrounding us.
Anyway, how much money have you raised? I know last year, I forget what it was, but the year that Larry passed, I think it was a record year, wasn't it?
That was crazy. 400 and I want to say it was like $423,000. And how does that happen? With it's mind blowing. It really changed the game for what we do here. And I know that Make-A-Wish in Columbus, they didn't know the Larry factor, and they were kind of like, well, I don't know why that'll be anything big. And they went, oh my gosh, yeah. So that was the huge game.
We're talking about Larry Kester, who pulled a mini rod. He was in a wheelchair and lost his legs in a farming accident, and he took this to heart and made Make-A-Wish his thing. And everybody here got to talk to him. He'd have kids sitting on his tractor. He would do all he could to help them. And when he passed away. That's when they had their $400,000 and some odd $1,000 a year. You got anything to add to that?
Well, and I think in total it's over $1 million, well over $1 million that's been raised. So yes, very appreciative.
Truck and tractor pulling's a family-oriented sport, and I know I've been proud to be a part of it for 30 or 40 years. And these guys do the Make-A-Wish thing. I just want to thank you guys for being part of it and making truck and tractor pulling a big deal of Make-A-Wish. Thank you.
Very cool, Larry. Thank you for doing that, spending some time with them.
Well, you know, it's a great charity, and I've got a special needs granddaughter myself, so it's near and dear to my heart. And I'm always, like I say, try to be a big part of it.
Make sure you get out there, support them. This is an awesome cause.
Oh, yeah.
It's for a great thing. Yeah. It's like you said, that money goes a long way.
Yes, it does. And when the average wish, costs $8,000 to $10,000, a lot of Disney World, a lot of trips like that. There's no question when you raise $60,000, $100,000 per time they do it. That's a lot of wishes get granted for some people that really need it.
Very cool. Larry, it's starting to fill in here.
Yeah, well, the people are closing in around. It's almost too people-y for me outside. But no, it's going to start here in just a little bit, noon session.
Yep.
And it'll be fast and furious. And then, of course, tonight, the last session of the event, it'll be the finale. And it's just a great, great event. And if you haven't been out here and you can't make it out here, put it on your calendar for next year or watch it live on ntpa.tv on live stream.
Great footage.
And I'm just glad to be a part of it and hope you guys enjoy the show.
So 6:30 tonight is when we start. There's going to be 6 classes. I imagine that's why it's a little bit earlier.
6 classes, yeah. Well, and there'll be special opening ceremonies and they'll roll out the big flag. It's like, I don't know, it's like 100 and some odd feet by something.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and it really is a great event.
And then, so lastly, we will be back at session 5. We're going to have those picks up at play.fullpool.us on our app. Again, Apple, Android store. Make sure you get your session 4 picks in. Make sure you get your session 5 picks in. Do those diesel prop picks. They're fun if you haven't done them.
Diesel prop picks are a whole lot of fun.
And we will be back on air for our final live stream from Bowling Green at around 5 p.m.
That'd be great.
So keep a lookout. Have a great day. Enjoy session 4. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, guys.